He was crying on his knees at a grave, begging forgiveness from a daughter he believed was dead. What he didn't know was someone was watching him from the shadows, and she was alive. Backhand index pointing right before the story continues. If you love raw biker stories, real emotions, and the untold side of the Hells Angels Brotherhood, backhand index pointing right, subscribe to our channel. Bikers hype backhand index pointing right, like this video, and share with your friends who love biker culture. Your support keeps these stories alive. The grave that never let him sleep the rain felt like the sky itself was mourning. Cold, heavy, relentless. Reaper stood alone in the cemetery, his massive biker frame hunched over a small gravestone. His black leather vest, scarred from decades of road, war, and brotherhood, hung heavy on his shoulders. The Hells Angels patch on his back was soaked, but he didn't care. Nothing mattered here. Not the club, not the road, not the blood he'd spilled. Only the name carved into stone in front of him, Emily Raven Blackwood, beloved daughter, aged 6's hands trembled as he reached out, fingers brushing the cold marble like it might burn him. "I'm sorry, baby," his voice cracked, rough and broken. Daddy should have been there. A Hells Angel didn't cry. That was the rule. But tonight, Reaper sobbed like a man whose soul had finally collapsed. He pressed his forehead to the gravestone, rain mixing with tears. Memories came back like knives. Emily's laugh, her tiny hands gripping his finger, her voice calling, "Daddy, look." And the night everything ended. The fire that took her 16 years ago. Reaper had been king of the road, feared, respected, unstoppable. The club came first. Always had. That night, there was a deal. Big money. Dirty people. Emily was home with her mother, Lily. Reaper remembered the call out a stranger's voice. "Calm. Cold. Your house is on fire." By the time he arrived, flames had eaten everything. Sirens screamed. Smoke choked the sky as he searched like a madman. They found Lily's body first, and then a tiny burned shoe at Emily's chute and no body. Just ashes and silence. The authorities called it death by fire. The world moved on. But Reaper never did. He buried an empty coffin, and parred himself with a .16 years of hell 16 years. That's how long Reaper carried guilt like a chain around his neck. He rode harder, fought harder, loved nothing. The club noticed a change. Ghost once asked him, "You still visiting that grave every year?" Reaper only nodded. Every birthday, every death anniversary, every time the guilt became unbearable. Tonight was different. Tonight he broke. "I failed you," he whispered. "I chose the road over you. If hell exists, I'm already there." He didn't notice a figure standing behind a tree, didn't hear the soft breath, didn't feel the eyes on him. Eyes filled not with anger, but confusion and pain. The girl in the shadows, she stood frozen, a young woman, early 20s. Brown hair pulled into a messy ponytail. Leather jacket, too big for her frame. A faded scar ran along her wrist. Her heart pounded as she watched the giant biker cry at a grave bearing her name. Emily Raven Blackwood, her name. I was 6, she whispered to herself. Her mind spun. She remembered fire, smoke, hands pulling her out that a man who said, "You're safe now." She remembered hospitals, foster homes, running away at a fake name, a stolen childhood. She spent years searching for answers, and now, the man crying at her grave looked exactly like the face she remembered from her dreams. "Daddy," she breathed. The lie that stole a life Emily had survived. That was the truth no one knew. The corrupt social worker had sold her identity to cover up mistakes. She was declared dead to erase paperwork, moved, renamed. Her life became survival. Foster homes where no one stayed. Abuse. Running away at 16, she grew up hard, strong, broken. She hated bikers, hated leather, hated fire. Yet something always pulled her toward the sound of engines, toward men who rode free. Toward him. When truth hit like thunder, Reaper finally stood, wiping his face. "I'll come back next year," he said softly. "I promise." Then, "Why did you leave me?" The voice froze his blood. He turned slowly. The world tilted. A young woman stood there, rain dripping from her hair, eyes locked onto his. Who are you?" he asked. She stepped forward, trembling. "My name is Emily," she said. "Or at least it used to be." Reaper's knees buckled. "No," he whispered. "You're dead." She swallowed hard. "So were my memories," she replied. "Until tonight." A Hell's Angel falls to his knees. Reaper dropped. Not from pain. From shock. From hope. From terror. "You're alive," he choked. Emily nodded, tears mixing with rain. "I watched you cry over my grave," she said. "If you didn't love me, you wouldn't be here." Reaper reached out but stopped, afraid she'd vanish. "I thought I lost you," he sobbed. "Every day for 16 years. She stepped into his arms. And the Hell's Angel, feared by cities, hunted by enemies, held his daughter like a man reborn. The club learns the truth when Reaper rode into the clubhouse with Emily on the back of his bike. Silence fell. Ghost stared. Tank dropped his beer. Reaper removed his helmet. "This is my daughter," he said. "She's alive." No one laughed. They saw the tears. They saw the truth. Ghost nodded slowly. "Then she's family." That night, the Hell's Angels didn't drink. They listened, and for the first time the club mourned and celebrated together. Blood doesn't burn. Emily learned who her father really was. Not just a biker, but a protector, a broken man trying to be better. Reaper learned who his daughter became. Strong, survivor, unbroken. They couldn't reclaim the lost years, but they could build new ones. Together, the grave left empty 1 year later. They returned to the cemetery. Reaper removed the gravestone. "I don't need this anymore," he said. Emily smiled. "I never belonged here anyway." They rode away together. Father and daughter. Past forgiven. Future alive. Fire if the story touched your heart. Fire if you love Hell's Angel stories. Backhand Index Pointing Right. Share this video right now. Backhand Index Pointing Right. Subscribe to Bikers Hype. Backhand Index Pointing Right. Help us complete our 1,000 subscribers target speech balloon. Comment your name below. We may use it for a character in our next emotional biker story. Now, prove your love for the brotherhood. The road never forgets. Motorcycle, fire.